everybody doing today?
What's up, Joey?
Good. Happy Sunday.
Happy
What's up,
Sunday,
guys?
Happy Sunday.
How you guys doing?
Good,
Hey, Frank.
good.
Hey, Frank, what's going on? Lenny?
Nothing
Hey,
much. Good to see
Tommy.
you.
What's going on?
Just trying to make sure I got us lined up. It looks like I have our screen a little bit off here. Let me get this straightened out. Just a minute, everybody. Just a minute. Holy crap. All right. That should be a little better.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's 7:20. We're getting better at this.
Yeah. Actually, I think we started right on time.
I think right on time, actually, because my watch runs a little fast, and
Yeah.
that is awesome.
So we are going to have Chaz from Killcode on today. I got a call from him just a little bit ago. He is running a little far behind because he was playing golf. All right.
You know, the weather.
The life.
Rock star shit, man. Rock
Yeah.
star shit. Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
I like golfing. It's fun, man. It's just another excuse just to be outside.
Oh, it's so fucking
Definitely.
frustrating, dude. So fucking frustrating. If I was any good at golf,
Yeah, I know. If I were any good, I'd be playing, but I'm not. So
yeah, I know.
Good.
I'm not any good at guitar either, but I fucking keep doing that.
You're right.
Yeah. So first, I guess we'll say first. Our first announcement today is me and Tommy are gonna stop hogging all the action. We have had a guest host with us every show except for one. There was 1 week that Lenny wasn't able to be here, and I don't remember when that evening was. I don't know if we even aired it. It was one of those.
No, it was so bad because Lenny wasn't there.
Yeah.
That we
And if it's on there, we are going to delete it.
it's in the
This could be like
can.
one of those collectible things, you know. Like,
Yeah.
you remember you used to get the Star Wars with the special one? That would be the special episode. If you have it, you have to save it.
Yeah.
but
So
Lenny is going to be our the actual third co-host of MRG. He is always here, and he does so much for us. You don't always see everything that's on the screen.
right.
I tend to talk a lot. Tommy can get on a roll too. Lenny's been doing the broadcasting thing much longer and knows to sometimes not talk.
Yeah, and, you know, a funny story about that is the first thing that I came out from when I stepped away from everything, Lenny and Joey
You came
brought
out?
me.
I did not know that.
I did. I am actually Quisp, but
Quake.
Quake. Lenny and Joey dragged me to an interview on Lenny's show to just talk about the transition in Grimjack and what I had been up to in my quest for inner peace. So I'm so happy to welcome you, Lenny, and I was appreciative when you welcomed me then. So this is a big deal. So thanks, man.
Oh, hey, listen, we're brothers. That's what
I
we
know.
do. But I appreciate it. I'm honored. What you guys started is such a cool concept that it's only going to get better, and it's going to take on different turns and twists. But that's the best part of it.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely right.
having you on at the time was I couldn't have those guys on without you. Your blueprint is all over that music. So, whether it's past, present, future, you had to be represented.
Oh, thank you so much, man. It was a great time. I think we went longer than we should have. We got to go through a lot of, bits and pieces in history and play some music and then we got to mess with, and I think we played a song or two, didn't we? Or did
Yeah.
we? Yeah. So we ran the gamut. So, hopefully,
Oh yeah, we did.
you did set, a high bar, and let's see if we can get there, or at least fuck it up completely, and just you'll go, I'm not being on the show anymore because you guys are assholes. So
No, man, this is definitely going to be it probably will succeed that. It's like falling down the stairs, and hopefully you land on your feet.
Yeah.
But that's the best part of it.
Well, that was the reason why I did leave, but
Quick shout out. Ed Shin is once again on watching. So,
Ed Shin,
Ed.
and this guy
Ed
is around
Shin.
everywhere,
We
the
know
mighty
Ed
Ed
Shin.
Shin.
These guys are around. So
Which leads us to
leads us to we we've been trying to get our good friend Frank on. Frank is the bass player, and he runs Pump. without a doubt.
Yes.
So Frank has played with both Tommy and I.
Yep.
So he can tell you what fucking assholes we both are.
Yeah, you're both fired.
And
Past
he
and
doesn't
present.
realize that he just traded one asshole for another one.
I know, Joey.
'Cause we are just about the same fucking person.
Yeah, we're the same asshole. So
Can't get away from you guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Joey, what the hell did you recommend to me? I mean, come on. Holy crap.
Well, yeah, that was the funny thing is that Frank had asked me to fill in for a gig, and I'm like, all right, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And I had played the Whitford part. And,
Yeah.
and he needed a
Perry
he
for
needed
that.
a Perry.
Perry.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, man, now you want me to fucking learn all that shit? And I'm like,
Like
wait a
fucking
minute,
Frank.
use this guy, use Tommy, man. And then he wouldn't do it. And finally, I'm like, dude, you gotta use him. And he's like, all right. And Tommy's in the band. He was the man. He was
Yes.
the right guy for the gig, right?
Yes, definitely.
Absolutely.
I am a I'm a Joe Perry junkie.
Yeah.
That's my problem.
I hear you.
When I leave a band, it's never, it's always amicable, and I,
Of course.
I love Frank. I had a great time, and I would do it again. I'd play again. I'm just so out of playing. I'm just
Aerosmith.
trying to stay home and some shit,
Yeah.
But,
I hear you.
yeah,
It's all good.
yeah.
Things
But
are
I'll
moving
come up
forward.
one day. We'll still do a.
But
story
but honestly, it is a completely different mindset. And we talked about this, Frank. I don't know if you watched the show last night. Joey and I have been working with Donnie Waller on some covers.
Yeah.
And we were really, I think we dove into a little bit the fact that a cover band and a tribute band are two different things.
I totally agree.
So, I mean, and you could talk that point, but I mean, it's note for note or the show is the show. You have to study. You have to study some of the moves. You got to study some of the licks. You got to stick to the record as much as possible. I mean,
yeah.
Or and take a look at some of their more famous live stuff that they've done. I take a lot of the live bootleg record. I take a lot from that because I thought that was them at their peak. And I think the interaction between the two guys was great, and you could really hear what they were doing. Yeah, and then. But then, the last thing with like Donington, right, which is a huge production that they did.
Yeah.
And you take bits and pieces of that show too. And then, as I told him last week, I was talking to I was doing a lesson with my friend Andy, and he goes, "Oh yeah, you got to drop your E to A for draw the line." I'm like, "I got to do what?"
What?
And he's like, "Yeah." So it's crazy. And I was like, I never knew that, but if you can hear it, if you really listen to it. So anyway, so go ahead, Frank. Tell us. I mean, I know you do Red Hot Chili Peppers too. You did that too. So talk about.
I've been a lot of tribute bands.
Yeah,
So an ongoing joke with people who have known me for a long time about various tribute bands that I've been in. I was in a Pink Floyd tribute band once. A couple of Red Hot Chili Peppers tributes. We played in Puerto Rico in 2004.
Wow.
Red Hot Chili Peppers tribute. And a lot of tribute bands were playing down there back then, and it was the thing. I found out about it from a Van Halen band from New Jersey about tributes playing in Puerto Rico. Wow. So that was really a cool experience, Yeah. But, with the Aerosmith band, it's great too. We're always plugging along. Even though we got this crazy crisis going on, I am working and plugging along, trying to book maybe later this year and next year,
Yeah,
So,
one of the
the
ongoing theme. The ongoing theme has also been, when I joined, we were starting to gear up again, and everything was starting to go, and we had things booked, and we had some great stuff going on. And again, before this hit, the gig economy was great. We had Jason. Jason's like our once a month guest who does, "Hey Chaz, what's happening?"
Hey, man.
So our once a month guest. All he does is play music, and he does corporate gigs, and it just, the valve just shut, and that was it for him. So, same thing with everybody else, as far as doing covers and everything. We wanted to consider the fact that that there is no gig economy. While you said, you flourished back then going to Puerto Rico and everything. And
Yeah.
Jason was being flown from here to St. John to
Yeah.
Canada, back to Detroit, and
Yeah.
and getting these corporate gigs and getting paid really well. That just the faucet shut.
Yes. For now, that's the way it's going to be. But I think things are moving in a more positive, scenario now. And eventually music will be back live, maybe for the fall. I think a lot of venues are going to be 50% capacity. And that might affect, our band, the Aerosmith band, and other local bands,
Right.
But eventually it's going to change for the better. So that's the way I'm looking at it.
It is. People love live music. Again, the gig economy wouldn't have been what it was before this happened if people didn't like going out and like seeing live music, whether it was covers, tributes, or, I blame original acts for this whole Corona outbreak because it's giving us social distancing that they had already had in place. So
what's an original band?
Which leads into our friend Chaz. Chaz, what's happening?
Chaz.
Sorry, Chaz.
What's up, gang? Everybody hear me?
Chaz from Killcode.
How you doing?
Good. What's up, guys? Can you hear me?
Viking
We
Lord.
hear you well. You hear us okay?
Yeah.
Good.
Life is good.
So, all right. So we'll give a quick introduction. So if you've not heard who Chaz is, he's down here. Now there we go. Right. He's below me right now. That's Chaz, the great guitar player from Killcode. And
thank you.
Really nice guy. And
Viking Lord.
He's not a bad guy to go out and hang out and drink with either.
Yeah.
We are definitely experts in that field, my friend.
Yes, sir. Wow, we've hung out a couple times at nights that I don't remember. I'm like, wait, I was hanging out with Chaz.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lots of guitar talk, lots of good times, man. We always have fun.
There's video of us jamming up on stage at the Rail at an open jam a couple times.
Yeah, this is true. This is true.
Yeah,
good stuff.
So I think the first time I met Chaz was at Lenny's. Oh man, I gotta get this thing backwards. Lenny's club at the Rail when it was the Crooked Rail.
The Crooked Rail. Yep.
Right.
That was your Christmas party. Christmas show.
Christmas party, right. It was my first show with Grimjack. Tommy had come down because he'd also helped me. So Tommy was there, and I met Chaz for the first time. And, I knew Rob.
I knew Rob.
Go back quite a ways. So me and him were pretty cool, but I didn't know the rest of you guys at all. And it was a little intimidating because I'm like, man, I'm looking at these guys. Their name is Killcode, man. That sounds really fucking dark, man. Like, these guys are like, they're going to kill me. So I go in with them with my fucking attitude, but my attitude was also kind of goofy,
And then we were nothing but a bunch of big teddy bears, and we disappointed you.
Yeah,
we did not live. We did not live up. We did not
Yeah.
live up to the Killcode name.
Now,
this is true.
I had actually done a show with DC many years ago.
Yeah, great guitar player.
Yeah. And was it Pansy? He was in something.
Pansy.
Pansy.
Yeah,
Pansy.
He still is in that, but Pansy did a show with November Rain at that place in Amityville,
Revolutions.
Revolution.
Yeah, so I did a show with him there, so I got to meet him there. He was really cool then too. He's quiet, man. Quiet guy.
Yeah, DC's really laid back guy. He lets it all go on stage. Talking about Pansy, when I'm from Pennsylvania, when I first came out to New York, Pansy was one of the first, when I first started hanging out in the New York scene, like the New York City scene. Pansy was one of the first bands that I saw, and it was a different lineup than it is now. It was with their original lead singer, Johnny Hawaiian, and okay. I was blown away. They're one of my favorite straight up, just kick-ass rock and roll bands. I thought Pansy was awesome.
Man, right?
Yeah, they're great.
So.
Yeah, they're great. They're great. I love them. And that's when and how I became such a big fan of DC's guitar playing. Not just his playing, but he's DC's the whole package. He looks great on stage. He's got a really cool like stage presence, and the whole show and the act that he does and everything is really, really cool. So that's how I got introduced to him, and that's how when our original guitar player Pat, decided to go on to do other things like with Geezer and stuff that he does, which is incredible, by the way. Pat Harrington, by the way, the original other guitar player in Killcode. He's got a sub band called Geezer. They're incredible, stoner rock. But that's how DC joined Killcode, because I was such a huge fan of DC by being a fan of Pansy.
Right. Awesome.
Yeah.
So just looking up in the top chat, we have, Ed Shin is there. He said hi to everybody.
No
Kurt
way.
Stanley
What's up?
is in. So Kurt Stanley says, "Hey, Chaz, how you doing?"
Cool. What's up, guys?
Kurt is he's another one of those guys. It seems that the
warrior.
The guys that are really cool to Long Island music are like popping in on the show now. Like Ed Shin's here every week now.
Yeah.
Kurt's been in. The Admiral's been in. So many guys are just popping in all the time, and it's been really cool. Really cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
well, Kurt, we all the local bands in New York and Long Island owe Kurt a huge service, because what he does for us with the filming and the promoting then on Facebook. I mean, it's spectacular. And then Ed Shin too with the photography and just his support. So just two great guys, man. So thank you so much to them.
Yeah, it's great to have them supporting all the shows and providing sometimes even the live Facebook Live for people who aren't out, or maybe they're at another show or something, they can catch up with that, which is great. I mean, again, it's sharing a live experience with people too. So maybe this won't be so bad for everybody because they're so used to just watching everything on a tiny phone.
Yeah. So Chaz, you guys were in the studio, right?
Yeah, well,
are you still?
We were. Yeah, we are. We're doing it, virtually with the social distancing thing. We have the new album, CD, whatever you want to call it. It's going to be 10 songs. It's called "Let's Get Back to Rock and Roll." It's kind of fitting, right? Let's get back to rock and roll. It's kind of fitting.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's great. It's definitely it's moved away a little bit from our heavier metal style, more towards a 70s straight up rock and roll live.
Dude.
Yeah, that's
live.
cool, man.
Yeah,
dude, that's
definitely
the
more.
Same thing that we are doing.
Yeah, it's kind of
talking
going
about
back to
doing
our
like
roots.
Like a 70s album cover,
Love it,
because
love
we
it.
are doing that total, our guitar sounds are cleaner.
Yeah, that's exactly what me and DC were very. Yeah, me and DC were very, very critical of making sure the tones were very clean, less gain, very vintage.
More of a classic rock sound.
Totally, yeah, more of a classic rock sound. We're working with Joey Z from Life of Agony. He's producing it for us.
Cool.
We did all the drums at Voodoo out in Long Island, which is an incredible drum room. We're really, really excited about it. The thing we're doing with this particular release is it's performance based. So, rather than doing edits and bits and pieces, Joey's making us come in and if it's guitar day, right? And I'm coming in and I'm going to be recording a song. I'm recording it from beginning to end with no edits. I'm taking 3 or 4 takes. He's picking the best one, and that's what we're rolling with.
Nice.
So we really wanted to have that really live vintage,
feel
as close
cool
as we could get to doing it live without actually doing it live. Right?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Excellent.
wow.
Yeah.
Way to
Really
go,
excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Very cool to hear that. And I can't believe that you guys are doing the same thing that we're doing.
We're going back to our roots, man.
And we actually we had a show together that was supposed to go back April 17th, right? Was the show?
Mm-hmm.
Right? We were going to do Stanhope together, and
that's right.
It's been rescheduled, and it's so funny. I find there's so much in common with these two bands, and yet we don't step on each other at all.
No, not at all.
You can't miss which one is a Killcode song, which is a Killcode song, and yet they go together so well, at the shows. Yeah.
It's a sign of a really good band that's with a guitar player, right? As soon as you hear that first or second note, you know who it is.
Yeah.
And I always thought, I'm from the school of, less is more. I'm really into melody and blues and feel. And my favorite guitar players were all the guys that had a very definitive sound rather than just about how good or great or technical they were. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
When you hear that first note and you're like, I know exactly. Like Brian May is a great example, right?
Definitely.
Perfect.
He's a perfect example. He plays one note and there's no other person on the face of the planet that sounds like Brian May. So
absolutely.
Like David Gilmour.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Billy Gibbons.
Mm-hmm.
Billy Gibbons. Great examples.
Yeah.
And God, how good is Gilmour? That's just crazy.
Oh man.
Absolutely.
I was watching the concert from, I think it was from
Ferocious.
Venice. It was on Channel 13 last month. Just
Wow.
his soul on Comfortably Numb.
Oh,
Amazing.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah.
The dude could play a 10-minute guitar solo and play 4 notes.
Yeah.
And you're just like, wow. That's just amazing.
Absolutely.
And it just soars. I mean, it
Perfect.
I have one word for David Gilmour. Tone.
Tone,
Right?
man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
So Chaz, what are you guys doing? So you're still recording. What's your thoughts on like you guys practicing at all, or?
No, we've been pretty strict. We haven't gotten together as far as that goes. I would say, let's see. So all the drums are done, all the bass is done, all the rhythm guitars are done, both for me and DC. So now where we're at is Tommy comes in and lays down all of the lead vocals, for all of the songs. And then what we'll do is we'll all sit on that and listen to that for a week or two. And then we'll come in with our embellishments, like the leads, the guitar solos, maybe underneath some choruses, you want to have like a harmony guitar line or things like that, just to give it a little lift,
Yeah. I always like to have the lead vocal down before I do those little fill things because you don't want to.
Yeah, you want to do that.
Yeah, you don't.
Gives you some inspiration.
Yeah,
it gives you some inspiration too.
And sometimes you're following that vocal line,
Following the vocal line, without a doubt.
Yeah, like Neil Schon, that fucker, man.
Oh, another alien right there.
Oh my god. Yeah. There's a tone guy too.
Yeah, one of the best.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what are you thinking as far as this pandemic? What do you think about like live shows, that type of thing? What do you think we're looking at, man?
Oh, it sucks. Yeah. It's heartbreaking. It's a bummer. I mean, it's so disappointed. You were talking about the show that we had in Stanhope where that was going to be so much fun.
Yeah. A lot of good bands in that.
Were you guys going to go to Europe this year and do more festivals like you do every year? Or?
Yeah. We did have a couple festivals lined up that we're not able to do now because because they're canceled. Yeah. For example, Horst over in Germany. I mean, he's one of the most famous German producers of all the festivals, Bang Your Head and Hard Rock Hell and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And we had some stuff lined up with them in Germany to go over there and do that. And, not just the festivals that we were doing, but, he lost all of his festivals. And I feel bad for him because, that's what he does. And then not only him, there's, people only see like the bands when they go to these festivals, right? But there's this army of people that make that happen behind the scenes.
Yeah.
The hospitality, the tents, all the stuff, the water, the food, just on and on and on. There's so many people that are involved in making these festivals, these big European festivals successful. And my heart goes out to those people because that's what they do for a living, So this is tough, man. It's hard. I don't think we've ever seen anything like this.
Going to in the comments below, we are going to put a couple links to Tommy had found them for like road crews and stuff like that. So people can if they have the opportunity to donate. We're going to have some links down below. It's not down there yet, but by the time this goes up, they will be down there. So,
good. It's great.
Yeah. So I got a question in the top chat. Ed Shin, did you guys find a new bass player yet? I know, we loved Eric, and like Eric is.
We do too.
I know you do, and yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Eric's. Eric and I in particular go way back. Eric and I we're not even friends. We're brothers. We're family.
Yeah.
And everybody's, oh, what happened? What happened? There's no bad blood at all.
Yeah.
Sometimes life takes you on a different path, and it's just as simple as that. The situation with Eric, life had taken Eric on a different path, and no hard feelings. We support him, and he supports us. As far as new bass player, no, we're still in the process of that. We've jammed with some really, really incredible musicians,
Right.
but this COVID situation kind of slowed that process down a little bit.
Right.
And replacing somebody as unique and as enigmatic as Eric Bonesmith, that takes time. So we're not gonna rush that process, right? We want to find the right guy or gal to come in and do it.
Yeah.
Ooh, did I give a hint away there when I say guy or gal?
That's right.
You never know.
Never know.
Yeah, Eric,
You never know.
What a phenomenal guy and a great.
Yeah.
And I know family is a big thing for him. I know that.
Big thing for him. Funniest dude I've ever met in my life, by the way.
Yeah, is he?
Yeah. Oh God. He'll always have a job in stand-up comedy, Eric Bonesmith. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
After that first show I did with you guys, he reached out to me and asked us to, when you guys did that acoustic show in the city right after.
Yeah. That was a fun night.
Yeah,
that was a fun night.
To me and said, "Hey, why don't you come on in, man?" And I was like really touched, like, "Wow, that's really nice."
He's a good dude.
We had a great time. But I'll tell you one little story on that. It was really fucking weird wearing leather pants on the train. Nobody wanted to sit next to me.
Hey, whatever works, dude.
Hey.
More room for you.
That's what I get to get my own seat. I'll wear them every fucking day.
More room for you.
Yeah, exactly. So, did you have I know you like to go see bands and shit too. Did you have any shows that were canceled that you wanted to go see?
I think everybody was really looking forward to the big summer show with Motley Crue and all that stuff, right? Yeah. I mean, I don't even know if that was about the concert as much as it was about the experience, right? To be able to go to a big stadium and have, those 3 or 4 I think Joan Jett was actually opening the show, which was going to be that's awesome. So Joan Jett,
awesome
Def Leppard, Poison, and Motley Crue. So, I mean, that was going to be like a trip down memory lane where not just the concert itself, but the atmosphere of it'd be like a festival atmosphere,
Right.
Yeah.
So I was looking forward to that, to being able to hang out and go with a bunch of friends and just have a really good time. I think Paul Gilbert had I'm a huge Paul Gilbert fan, the guitar player. He had some stuff set up. Joey, I know you're a big fan of Richie Kotzen.
Yeah.
So, I was looking forward to seeing some of his shows.
Yeah, he had a string nights at the Iridium.
Yeah. I wanted to go see Sons of Apollo when they did their next group of things. We got to know Portnoy really well when we did the Twisted Sister. He was playing drums for them after AJ had passed away. So we got to know him really well. And I was really looking forward to seeing the Sons of Apollo show.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I'm a huge country fan, to be honest.
Yeah.
Not like the new.
Second. We lost connection.
Okay.
So stick with that thought.
Gotcha.
As soon as we get this kind of goes on and off once in a while. It's because I got everybody coming into my.
Right, we're in and then out. So
yeah, we're doing in and out at the same time. So it usually only takes a second.
Think we're almost.
Yeah, it should come right back. Come on, man. Come on. It's either that or my kid's downloading porn again. I don't know.
There you go.
Well, can you stream it with us? Because that would be good.
Yeah, I know.
Sure. Right? Yeah, why not?
That'd be so much. Come on, man. What the fuck? Let me see if I can restart the streaming. There we go. Okay. All right. We're back. We're back live.
Okay.
All right. So, Chaz, you were just talking about you like country.
I'm a huge country fan. My father, I grew up listening to like a lot of the original country outlaws like Waylon Jennings, Merle Haggard,
Absolutely.
George Jones, Johnny Cash. Believe it or not, my first concert that everybody's like, what was your first concert? And people are like, Kiss, Black Sabbath, blah, blah, blah. My first concert was Johnny Cash.
Wow. You got to see him.
Not only did I get to see him, but my father was a truck driver and he used to drive like scaffolding for the stages. So I was on my Uncle Mike's shoulders, like in the backstage area, and Johnny Cash actually took me off of my Uncle Mike's shoulders and held me, and then gave me back to my uncle. So
wow,
really cool story.
That's very cool.
Yeah. And then back in those days, everybody didn't have cell phones, so there's no picture. So people are like, no picture, we don't believe you. But it's a true story. True story. I'm a huge country fan. I was looking forward to seeing Jamie Johnson. I mean, Blackberry Smoke's not really country, but they're kind of like country rock. I'm really into Blackberry Smoke. I was looking forward to seeing them. And then this other guy, Jason Isbell, I'm a huge fan of him.
Yeah.
Huge fan of Jason Isbell. Great songwriter. So
those fucking telly players in country. Holy shit.
Yeah. Forget it. Forget it.
Like friends of mine say, hey, you want to move to Nashville? Like, no fucking way, man.
Yeah, those guys. Those guys are
doormat.
Animals.
Yeah,
they're beasts.
Fucking doormat, without a doubt.
They're beasts.
So, Chaz, there's Mark Nicholson asked, hey guys, Mark from Local Stage Worldwide. Any chance when this thing blows over that you will all head to Louisiana?
Would love to. Yeah.
Me too.
Sure.
Shit, yeah.
Would love to go down to Louisiana. Yeah. Absolutely.
So
set it up.
Yeah,
set it up.
Like,
set it up and we'll be down there.
Set it up and we're going to open for you guys.
Let's do it.
That's great.
I would love to play the whole Southeast. Louisiana, Alabama. I know Louisiana and Alabama have a great vintage classic rock scene going on down there.
Yeah.
So you could play like Louisiana, Alabama over to Atlanta, that whole stretch across there. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Sure would, right?
Yep.
I have not been down that area yet. So
I think this year had so many great concerts lined up that are all This year was like, in my opinion, better than last year as far as the summer concerts, Jones Beach and everything. And
it was going to be strong.
Yeah, it was a strong.
What's the chance that the Robinsons brothers will stay together for next year?
It's bank.
That's fucked up.
Nah, it's all bank for them. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, exactly.
The Kiss cruise just got canceled for October till next year.
Wow.
That was in October. Yep. Alice Cooper's canceled at the beach with Tesla and Lita Ford. Brendan.
Yeah. So Lenny,
they're just canceling everything.
Yeah.
Lenny, this is your section now.
Okay. This part of the show is we like to talk about gear that either you just like, you want to investigate, or really pisses you off. So this part of the show is the gear section. So Chaz, as the guest, I want to start with you. Is there a piece of gear out there that you're currently in love with, or you're thinking about adding to your arsenal, or that just downright pisses you off?
Okay, so gear that I love, I absolutely, most people that know me know that I play Les Pauls. I absolutely adore my Les Pauls. I got a whole bunch of them, all different years, different makes, models, standards, customs. I just picked up a 1960 Relic gold top with P90s. I'm so excited to get that. Gabe Mara at GM Repairs is the guy that does all my work in Brooklyn, and he is absolutely incredible. So that's Gabe Mara, Mera, GM Repair out of Brooklyn. He's fantastic. He's also a kick-ass, great guitar player. He was in a band called 10 Ton Mojo. But I love my Gibson Les Pauls, and I love playing the orange amps. I fell in love with them. I always played
The original.
I always played vintage like 800s, JCM 800s. And then when DC joined the band, DC played a Les Paul custom with super distortions into a JCM 800, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, that's what I do. So I was like, all right, you know what? We got to separate our sound a little bit because we sound exactly alike, right? You can't have like two alpha lead guitar players with the exact same guitar sound because you're stepping on one another, you know? So I always wondered what oranges were like, and that was my opportunity to go and investigate. And I just fell in love with the Rocker Verb. I have an orange Rocker Verb 100, and I just love that amp. It is the sound I've always wanted. It's just creamy. It's warm. It's so harmonic. I'm blown away by it. So my Gibson Les Paul, right into the orange Rocker Verb tube amp. I'm in heaven. I don't use a lot of outboard gear. I'll use a tube screamer from time to time when I do a solo.
Right.
And I'll use
there, right?
Yeah, a little for the mid boost. I don't even turn really the gain up. I turn the level all the way up.
Yep.
And the gain, I maybe have it on 2, maybe if that.
Right.
But you're right, Joey. It gives it like a great mid range boost, and it doesn't change the actual tone, which a lot of distortion pedals do, and I don't like that when the tone changes. Right. And then I'll use like the EVH phaser, the 90 for some stuff, and a Crybaby, and that's it. Nothing else.
Yeah, I noticed. I like your pedal board is not huge. It's nice.
Nah,
easy to carry.
Yeah, really. Yeah. Well, Little Devil, man. When if I make it too hard for him, he gets pissed off and he beats me up. So he's very.
That's
Matt.
What a great kid, man. I love that guy.
He's very, very abusive, and he picks on me. He bullies me, so I have to be. I have to be careful. I don't want him picking on me and beating me up. So I keep my pedal board small.
Very good. Frank, how about you? Do you have a piece of gear this week that
what do you got, Frank?
I've been playing the Fender Rumble, excuse me.
Okay.
The combo bass amp, which kicks ass.
Nice.
Actually, the first time I used it was with Tommy's first gig with us in November. I mean, it's so lightweight.
Yeah.
They great bass amps. So
nice.
I mean, for 500 watts, it cranks.
How many watts is it?
500, I believe.
Wow.
In the combo. Yeah, I have it right here.
Nice. Excellent.
Wow.
Look, he'll pick it up because it's light. Look.
Don't hurt yourself.
Yeah.
Never.
Awesome.
So, yeah, man, that's about it. Just plugging along.
Good. Tommy,
cool.
What do you got for this week?
We got some new stage clothes for the new singer, of course. Stage props.
Got some stage props.
That's all gear for a tribute band, especially. So, we got like the new outfits and stage props.
It's about the show. It's about the show.
Started, so, what'd you say, Tommy?
It's about the show. It really is. So, I mean, you got to bring all that together.
Every part
that
is
sort of thing.
really important. Yes.
I know well.
Yeah.
So this week, I've been doing. I finally was.
All right. Let's see. Yep. There we go. We're coming back on now.
Okay.
All right. There we go.
All right. So that as one of the things is we talk about the fact some of the things are easy, and like Chaz, you got the orange and you knew that was the fucking thing, right?
Yeah.
I'm a JCM 800 guy myself, and just the single channel that's pretty much a JMP, and and I've been using that for years, and a few other things, but that has been, and now I got a Jubilee, so I've been using that, which is a different sound, different feel.
Yeah, how so? What's I always wondered, what is the difference?
Well, the thing is with my JCM, it's a 6550 50 watt, so it's that headroom, which is just huge. It's really huge. I mean, the 6550s are 40 watt tubes each, right?
Yeah.
Well, well, an EL34, is a 25 watt, right? So two of them. So this is a 50, the Jubilee, and it's a 1987. So it's the original one, but it's spongier with the EL34s.
Right.
It's got a great bite, but the thing is that, I got the 112, so I can bring it anywhere. And if they have a 412, I just throw it on there. I can work around with that, and I can bring a 112 with it and do a few different combinations. But the headroom on the JCM 800 is huge.
Yeah, it's big.
With the 6550s. So, that on 3 is a roaring amp.
Yeah,
right?
It's loud. Yeah.
Yeah, it's loud. I'm playing the Jubilee on 6 to get it, and you got to get it to 6. To get that really great growl.
To give it the growl. Yeah.
Yeah. If not, it's not a low amp. And when Joey and I did this in the studio too. We took the amps in and said,
Yep.
this. Turn it up, and then we found the spot. We're like,
there it is.
That's why people love this amp, because this is exactly where it is. I've been playing the JCM 800 since I was in high school, right? So I know the ins and outs and what it can do and stuff. And I just didn't, I had to take the time and work with the Jubilee. So between, just plugging into that and that's the easy part. The hard part is, setting up to do recording. Calm yourself down, turn your gain down, right?
Mm-hmm. Big time.
So one thing that a great interview with David Grissom, great guitar player.
Oh, incredible.
He goes, this is what I do, man. I get to the studio, I get my sound, I get everything, and then I turn the gain down like 2 notches, and then I record.
Yep.
Because you got to get your head out of that. I need that. So you get your sound. Pull it back a little bit. You don't even notice. You don't notice it in your head really, but the sound opens up and blooms. So
100%.
So
agree.
So congrats to you, man, for definitely going that route, because it's hard relaxing. Going, I gotta pull it back. So
right.
Yeah.
It's finding the sweet spot.
It's finding the sweet spot, and not the sweet spot that's in your head as much as what really can be recorded.
What's captured exactly?
Yeah, what's captured
exactly.
Yep.
It's hard.
Good call.
Yep.
Yeah, good call.
All right, so I'm going to do a real quick one this week. I'm bringing
You got it.
to the light.
Yeah, Joey, show us your toy.
Yeah, so this is a Supro Silverwood. I have a, I'm really a Les Paul guy, and then I use Telecaster too, just so I have a little bit of this and that. I do like the single cut thing. This is almost a double cut for me. It's close.
Yeah, very cool.
But it's it caught my eye, and I just did a Grimjack recording with it, so I don't want to give away too much, but it's very fucking cool.
Very cool.
So that's it. So I'm gonna go into the next section because we're doing good. We're having a great show. I mean, we could talk fucking forever. So we're gonna go into the fuck that guy section. All right. So this is not a diss to anybody. The fuck you, from like my usual fuck you, like for everything, is Richie Kotzen, because I hate the fucking guy, because he makes me want to burn my fucking guitars.
Let's just know
the guy, number one, can play like nobody's fucking business. Not only guitar but piano, and he does all the drums on his albums.
Vocalist too.
Like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got a great fucking voice, and then he's got to look like that too. Fuck that guy.
Sure. Yeah.
So,
the fuck you part of our show is almost based upon Richie Kotzen and Ian Thornley. Yeah. Because between those two, we're just like, fucking, why are we even bothering?
Yeah.
I just want to throw my guitar on the fucking fire pit at this point.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, Jazz, so who are you going to say fuck you to?
Oh, man, Paul Gilbert. I mean, that guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Fuck that guy.
Yeah,
fuck that. Fuck that guy and his 8-inch pinky finger. That
Yeah.
Well, at least you said pinky finger.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's brutal, man. He's just so brutal how good he is. It's just craziness.
And a great sense of humor.
Great sense.
Yeah.
Great teacher.
Well, he's a great teacher. He's totally humble. He's really funny. I don't think the guy's got a bad bone in his body. You know,
Yeah.
he signs autographs. He's humble. He's not one of those guitar players that comes up with a trick and is like, I'm not going to show anybody that because I want to be the only guy to do it.
Right.
He shows every possible. He tries to help people as much as he possibly can. I mean, he still can't even get remotely close to the guy,
Right.
but he's that good. So yeah, fuck that guy.
What's that
absolutely.
guitar he plays? Is that like a flipped over Iceman that he calls a
Yeah,
fireman?
the fireman,
Yeah.
the fireman. Yeah,
Fucking
Yeah,
amazing.
he's
All right,
something
Frank,
else.
Who are you going to say
Yeah.
fuck you to?
Well, during this time off with this pandemic, I've been always practicing a lot of Rush,
Yeah.
Oh,
also a lot of early Jethro Tull, and
mm.
that's Glenn Cornick, I believe, on bass on the early Jethro Tull, and
Yeah.
he kicks my ass. Geddy Lee kicks my ass,
Yeah.
and I'll say Chuck Rainey from Steely Dan.
Oh yeah.
great player.
Great.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's so many,
Yeah.
but right now I've been focusing on them and
Yeah, fuck those guys.
stepping on.
Definitely fuck those guys.
Fuck those guys. They
Yeah.
kick my ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. All right, Lenny, who are you saying fuck you to?
This week, the big FU goes out to Gary Moore.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've been listening to him.
Yeah.
Been listening to him all week, and he
He can do
started
it.
out, of course, with like Coliseum doing a jazzy kind of thing, and then he kind of got hooked up with Thin Lizzy, which was like really cool stuff, classic stuff.
Great.
And then he kind of went on his way to do like a melodic metal thing throughout the 80s.
Right.
And so I was listening to a lot of that. The guy can just shred and do all that guitar god wizardry that anybody else can do, if not better.
Yeah.
So I was digging that. And then I went a step further, and he did a recording at the Montreux Music Festival, I believe,
Okay.
where it was all blues, when he went on his blues trip.
Yeah.
And it's just amazing how he can take all of everything he did and put it to blues and still sound awesome.
Great
And-
guitar player.
Yeah, the guy just
Amazing.
pure passion and heart, and just plays the shit out of everything. So
Absolutely.
he gets the FU today from me.
All right.
Yeah.
Tommy.
Just skills that he has too. I mean, his
Oh.
feel.
Unbelievable.
And it's funny. I'll always, because I always like to name drop my buddy Andy. He does the lessons, and I'm not FUing him yet. But and he when he did a Gary Moore lesson, he played it like Gary Moore, because Gary would use his second finger. So he would play like that. And even when he did the lesson, he actually went ahead and showed you, this is how Gary plays stuff. And I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's very cool. It's details. Anyway, so this week I was listening to Daniel Lanois a lot, because for some reason he came up on my feed, the gear rundown that he did. I guess they're rehashing everything. But anyway, he was showing at a show in Nashville, playing massively loud. He has everything cranked, and the only thing he's doing is a little volume pedal, but everything is his hand, right? And every single bit of feel is just his playing. So, and it's beautiful, and it's soulful. It's laid back. He's never rushes anything. Everything just flows out of him. The guy co-produced the best U2 records that were ever made with Brian Eno. His run in the 90s with Emmylou Harris. His solo records are just beautiful washes of sonic, right? So there's that whole drone thing. He's like, he'll start like that.
Yeah.
And just... but that I do it like shit, but he does it beautifully and just flows. So fuck you, Daniel Lanois. Fuck you, Gary, too. Whoever the fuck you are, and Daniel Lanois. So just if people who listen to this, the Maker, start with that.
Okay.
Good call.
Good
Call.
Yeah,
So-
just beautiful. I think even if you can YouTube him from West 57th, there was a show back in the 90s that was on PBS, I think, live from West 57th, and he does the Maker, and just he's got Brady Blades, and I forgot who else is playing, but he's just in the zone. He's playing this Firebird. The sound is just washing all over, and and he's singing, and it's beautiful. So, that's like going to church. So,
right.
Very cool.
Cool.
All right. So
Very cool.
I know we talked about Kotzen real quick, so I'm not really going to do a fuck you. I'm going to do somebody who just really deserves so much of the recognition and he obviously passed away 10 years ago. So we all know where this is going, is Ronnie James Dio.
yeah.
Yep.
That was yesterday, I believe, right?
10 years ago, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I'm sure probably all of us have seen him live. What a killer
Of course.
voice, right? Just the metal
Yeah.
god.
Yeah, I mean, just
Good call.
I just, I think as a kid, when you first heard, Man on the Silver Mountain, that was Deep Purple on steroids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's the Deep Purple, G,
Yeah.
and you're like, that's not Ray Gillen. What the hell?
Yeah.
And just a huge, huge voice and a huge talent. And then from there, just taking that and that the young gun, God, the kid who's not kid.
Vivian Campbell?
Yeah, Viv.
Yeah.
Just taking him and him just exploding into that Dio band.
Yeah, Holy Diver, Last in Line, and to a lesser extent, Sacred Heart, but especially Holy Diver and Last in Line. I mean, that is just like a Bible.
It's Bible. Exactly what I was going to say. And the step back. I mean,
Chaz,
in
wasn't
heaven
there a
and hell.
story? Chaz,
Well, yeah,
wasn't there a story about
with
you
me.
learning?
Yes.
Learning?
Just really quickly. I struggled the first 3 to 4 years that I was playing guitar. I struggled really bad. Holy Diver, Don't Talk to Strangers was the song. I want to say maybe 13 years old. It's like 1983 or 84, whatever that was when it came out, 85, whatever it was. I'm in my bedroom in Falls, Pennsylvania, and it hit me all like really fast. And it was Don't Talk to Strangers, Vivian Campbell off of Holy Diver. And that was the moment that the floodgates opened and
Awesome.
everything
great,
came
man.
to me.
Cool story.
That was it. Yeah. So Vivian is, I say it's the Bible to me because of that moment. And it is. I mean, when I think of Dio, I think it's hard to explain, but you guys will get this, right? But I mean, there's Metallica and there's Anthrax and Overkill, and there's so many great thrash and metal bands. But the thing about Dio was every album that he did, and no matter who the guitar player, it was so full and thick, and the bass and the warmth of the sonic mix was always so big, and just it was like that sound you wanted to capture, and
it
Dio
wasn't Dawkins. It was fucking Dio.
There you go. That's you just nailed. That's the best way of saying it.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't Dawkins. It was Dio.
Right.
Yes, that's exactly it. As thin as Dawkins was, Dio was that thick.
Fucking huge. It was
Majestic.
fucking huge. And
Huge.
as great as a guitar player,
As George Lynch was. Yeah.
George Lynch is, but I don't think it's ever been captured. Sounding good. I think I heard him on his phone once where it sounded good, but so fuck it.
That's a great way of saying it. Like, put on You Just Got Lucky, right?
Yeah.
And then after you listen to that, put on Holy Diver.
Yeah.
And it's like, times 4. The thickness and the sonic. And dude, no offense against, George Lynch is a fucking
He's a
beast.
monster.
He's an alien, but sonically, Dio had something that nobody else had before, and it was almost like Back in Black, but the metal version of Back in Black.
Yeah.
That thick,
Excellent.
thick, warm sound.
Good call on that one.
Perfect way of saying that.
Yeah.
Rainbow Rising, can't forget that album.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Songs on there, and to me, every song is equally
Yeah,
good.
man. Absolutely.
5, I believe that is.
Yeah, that's a genius. Rainbow Rising's genius.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right, guys.
Chaz, didn't
So,
you-
go ahead. So, Frank, give us a shout out to your site, right? Your
Our website for the Aerosmith tribute band is pumprocks.net. And
Sick.
Facebook, Aerosmith tribute band.
Yeah.
On Facebook.
See me.
Yeah.
What?
You'll see me.
We'll see Tom. Can't forget Tom.
You might see a picture of me hanging on there.
Maybe both of you.
Every time
Maybe
I go to the
Dark
Grim
Jack.
Jack fucking page, I see Tommy all over it. That fucking asshole.
Joey, you know we can always use a good roadie, so
Hey, there you go.
Oh.
No good Grim Jack.
job, right?
Yeah.
It's respectable.
So, Chaz, I know it's killcode.net.
Yep. Killcode.net. Yep.
When we started the show, we started with one of your videos, so you guys will get any money that we make on today. So
Fantastic. The kids, the kids get to eat. The kids finally
Well, you
get
can
to
do what
eat.
Grim Jack does is just block us.
Yeah,
There you go.
Exactly. So yeah, we'll see the money thing. We were playing Show Me because that was the last one that I remember seeing. That's the one you guys did last year, right?
Yeah. Cool.
In the barn. I love that video, man.
Yeah. Great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did that in Pennsylvania, in the mountains of Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Awesome. It's
So-
great. It's great.
Thank you.
Well, thanks so much, Chaz, for coming on, and Frank.
Thank you.
know,
Yeah, thank you,
Thanks
Chaz.
for having
you
me.
know, and
Thank you, Frank.
Chaz, I know we have a show that we're scheduled for October at some point. So
We are.
hopefully-
Let's hope it happens, brother.
Let's hope it happens, man. All right.
Us
All right.
too. Us
I'm
too.
gonna take us out here. We can stay on for a few minutes ourselves and chat and not have to worry about what we're saying. Not that we really do, because vulgarities are free here. All right. I'm gonna just pop on your video, Chaz.
Cool.
Out of here.